If you knew morning wood, then you know why I feel blue. Without morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Oh, how my heart yearns for you. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Pretty, 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 pretty morning wood. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you and I need you, morning wood. I love you, morning wood, with a love so rare and true. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Well, I love you, I want you, morning wood.
Rise and shine. Happy Devils Festivus Wednesday. This is The Morning Woo, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios Mobile Command Center, also known as Woo Jeep 1. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. As it is a Festivus Wednesday, and I've got a lot of grievances. This morning has sucked. I got up early in the morning to beat the traffic, beat the weather. They were calling for 1 to 2 inches of snow, messy commute, barely anything. So I guess I beat the weather. But as I'm in beautiful New Brunswick, New Jersey, there's still nothing. They're salting. They're clearing out the roads, I guess. I don't know what they're doing. There's just tons of salt. I got behind a salt dump truck. My Jeep got sprayed with all this salt. And you hear all the pebbles. And I'm just waiting for a crack in my windshield. Terrible. And then I realized I forgot to bring the pole. How are we going to do a Festivus podcast without a pole? And then there was a nice orange snow brush, but I can't have a nice orange snow brush because it will look like a Flyers podcast. But I did find this one. I found a red snow brush. So that's what we're going to use for our poll, our Festivus poll today. The feat of strength is probably my abilities to improvise. I have the Palat jersey behind me. I forgot to put it back in the studio because I guess it's a jinx if I move it around, apparently, according to Scotty. See a lot of commenters on this beautiful Happy Devils Festivus. But we also got... Oh, did I say it was Wednesday? It's Tuesday. See, even I got my days mixed up. Happy Devils Tuesday to you, Metalander. Steve Engel, only grievance is the team tries whenever they feel like it. Sounds like a lot of people I know where they think that they can just mosey on around and do whatever the F they want. Especially some employees that I deal with. Lupus Not Is, Happy Devils Tuesday. Tom, morning woo to you all. Morning woo to you as well, Tom. Hopefully you're traveling safe. Mark Schwab, happy Devils Tuesday to you. What's the weather like in Switzerland, Mark? Lupus not is. My only grievance is there's nobody who will park themselves in front of the net and clean up garbage. Totally true. Totally true. At Just Sports, welcome to the podcast. My grievance is with Dougie. Play better, be tougher. Seems like he could, but he doesn't care to. Well, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Go Devils. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch at Let's Go Devils Podcast, and on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Let's Go Devils Pod. 15 characters or less. Like, you figured by now, like, they'd probably expand it. Remember when the characters used to be 140 characters or less? Now it's 280. Now you can post whatever the F you want. But your screen name, your handle on X, still 15 characters or less. Like, Let's Go Devils Pod. I can't put the cast in there, but it's POD Pod. At Let's Go Devils Pod. Yeah, Marshall Wednesday. Yeah, I got my days mixed up. All right, it's still early in the morning. It's Tuesday, Sam. I'm getting this on the delay. I know. I corrected myself before I saw this comment. See, I'm already screwed up. Dougie is a fence post out there. Snowy Woo says Lupus not is. Lupus not is. Speaking of snowy, you've got something in the mail. Rangers suck fortune cookies. Supposed to arrive today, allegedly. But you know, the U.S. Postal Service. Ask Steve Engel. They never deliver on time. Always the wrong mailbox. Dropping tons of salt so it ruins your tires, so you have to buy new ones, says Steve Engel. Still no snow in Bern, Switzerland. Rain on Long Island, says Dubs is like. Steve Engel, it's hot like Bern. I'll see myself out. Been snowing since 5:45 where I am at. Max, good morning. My grievances are this team needs some practice. Practice? We're talking about practice. 6 degrees Celsius. Don't ask me how many Fahrenheit this is. Mark, this is not a metric podcast. I'm sorry. We are in the imperial system. All right? It's Fahrenheit. I don't, that's another grievance I have. Like, you go to Canada, it's kilometers. I don't get it. Oh, and by the way, I'm a true believer that the Olympics out in Italy, the rink, 3 feet shorter, and they can't figure out how they screw that up. The Olympic ice, it's 3 feet shorter. I can tell you a reason why. Because the NHL standard is 200 feet. Somebody didn't know how to convert it into metric. Get back onto the imperial system. That's what I say. Metric. Anyway, let's see here. Should start snowing in Boston around 1 and 2. Slowing lightly in the Catskills, according to Lupus Not Is. Steve Engel, isn't Central Europe around the same parallel as us here in New Jersey? I would assume so. Sam, I need a jersey lettered. How long did the Palat take to get done? 6 weeks? But it's worth every penny, though. And it's worth the wait. Because when you look at the stitching from Stitches, freaking amazing. Like, so accurate. Double tackle twill. They took their time with it. The stitching that I see on that jersey, I don't mean to hype it up. They always say that sewing machines from the late 1800s are like the best for stitching. The old Singers, no relation to Dave Singer, I'm assuming, but the old Singers are apparently the best. Like, it has that type of stitching. I'm very impressed. And it's very difficult to impress me, to be honest with you. Anyway, Dubs is like they absolutely must get 2 points in regulation on Long Island tonight. No Sorokin, no Horvat. They must take advantage. Yeah, you got to take advantage of it. Other teams took advantage of the New Jersey Devils when they had so many injuries. I mean, you got to ask yourself, why is this team so fragile? You got to ask that question. Why are the Devils so fragile? Jack Hughes can't even keep himself healthy, even at a steakhouse out in Chicago. Guys were just dropping like flies. Dadanoff, first day. Devils were averaging 1.7 injuries per game, it seemed like. Brendan Dillon getting his face smashed in a fight. I don't get it. Cody Glass was out. Downtown Connor Brown was out for a while there. Timo Meier was out, but he was out for other reasons outside of injury. Why all the injuries? I get it. You say that all teams have it. They do, but the amount of injuries the Devils have this season, managing to survive and being within playoff distance. Brett Pesce was out. Shimon Nemec is now out, although he might be back by the new year. Lupus Nines, I love my local postal workers. However, government-run things tend not to function properly. Snitches get stitches, says Steve Engel. I guess Steve Engel is now a rapper here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Steve Engel sounds like the NHL best game in the world with the worst league in the world. Whitby says they played no worse Sunday than they did on the on the road trip. Buffalo didn't give them much. Tom seconds that. The better win tonight. No Horvat and no Sorokin. Mark Schwab says, well, France and Napoleon brought the metric system around the world, I guess. Well, didn't Napoleon get his ass kicked in the end there? The only thing Napoleon did was to sell off the French territory to the United States, the Louisiana Purchase, if you remember. Want to know a little history lesson here? The Louisiana Purchase was agreed upon without congressional approval originally. Because back in those days, they didn't have fax machines, they didn't have cars, planes, all that kind of stuff, but they were overseas in France, made the agreement on the French territory. It was a no-brainer, and then brought it back to Congress to ratify and approve. Little history tidbit. Bet you didn't know. Kind of like that thing called ask for forgiveness later. Brian says overall hockey since the 8-4 loss, now need for pucks to go in. 4 to 6 weeks. They do pro jerseys. Place is legit, worth the wait and the money. Talking about stitches. Isles are sliding. Need to come after them. Steakhouse, Five Fingers Filet. Devils are beastly. While I do admit the rest of the world has a more logical system with 110, 100 versus our 112, 32, 212. However, many people who use metric have walked on the moon? Question mark. Good point. Good point. I love the imperial system. Like a foot is not like 10 inches. A foot's 12 inches. Or 10, centimeters, millimeters. No. Metric sucks. That's just me. I mean, back in the olden days, I remember I had a Jeep Cherokee. Everything was on the imperial system. You fix your Jeep, blah, 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 blah. And then Daimler bought Jeep and Chrysler and all that stuff, and everything went to metric. Oh, and I had a Jeep Liberty diesel, believe it or not. And yeah, got to go to the metric. Blah. Fitzy, clear up some cap space, says John Sumner, so trades can be made. My patient is wearing thin. Yeah, Fitzy, know how to budget. Know how to budget for the future and these no movement clauses. You lose your leverage. Stop giving it out like candy. I know that you're a friendly GM, but, you got to tell the guys, look, I want to move you. You're useless. Get out of here. Let's see here. Brian says, Wimpy says, I'll call a road trip when they travel 99% of the way via bus. Yeah, speaking of bus, we got a bus trip to Long Island, January 6th, with our good friend Danielle McCartan that's organizing this trip. The Woo Bus One road trip, January 6th. Go to email me at sam@letsgodevils.com if you're interested. Seats are filling up. We got some tickets sold. Seats are filling up on the bus. You get 90 minutes of tailgate food time. You can challenge me to a pierogi eating contest, I guess. And also, you get to watch the podcast, Game Day Live, Devils After Dark. Devils After Dark will be actually on the bus. Sea Gods 15 says, Sam feeling festive, bringing that Palat tarp everywhere. Yeah, I mean, look, I hate the jersey, but I love the stitching of this jersey. When are you getting a Fitzy jersey, says Sea Gods, after Palat's gone. Let's see here. Wimpy says, flying from Newark to DFW. I don't know where that is. And then a bus from the hotel road trip. How far is Newark to Long Island in miles? I don't know. 15, 20 miles? Yeah, not kilometers, miles. Yeah, and the other thing, too, is, all you Europeans out there and the rest of the world, we're at 120 volts. You're at 240. What's up with that? What do you want to do? Electrocute yourself? Get back down to 120. Yeah, you get the, when you go overseas, you got that voltage converter, and then like every electrical prong is different and all that kind of stuff. Make it simple. The American system is simple. It's easy. Everybody's got to be fancy schmancy. Dallas Fort Worth, says Steve Engel, DFW. Wimpy says, I hate when play-by-play announcers overuse that word. Which word is that? What, road trip? 43 miles to UBS from Newark. Is it 43? Can't be 43 miles. You probably have that in kilometers, Michael Hay. Let's see. Mike Rossi says, it's going to be 73 degrees the day after Christmas here in Raleigh. Well, good for you, Mike Rossi. Good for you. As it's a Festivus Tuesday. I even got the day wrong. But remember our road trip with Danielle McCartan, January 6th. Quarter pounder. 250 grams of meat. Or no, wrong. 125 grams. See God says, Sam, was that you who took the pics of Jack and Tate in the city? Woo Rossi? I don't like that kind of gossip. I only gossip about conspiracy theories. Dubzilla understands that. But no, I'm not into that. That wasn't me. Although I would tell Tate McRae that her Invisaligns look great. You know, she did that. You know, I guess she got an endorsement deal with Invisaligns. You know, trying to make her teeth look straight. She's got nice teeth. Let's see here. Yeah, grams and pounds. Yeah, I'm a pound guy. You can't say a quarter grammer. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, I also got some beef as well. I think, you know, I like to do more downstairs. Seems like sometimes the crowd is a little subdued downstairs in the lower bowl. You got to kick it up a notch. I don't like that woman that yells $9 million every time Luke Hughes touches the puck. You're not worth $9 million. In section 15, that lady that keeps on yelling $9 million. I didn't win the lottery. Nobody won the lottery. The big jackpot. So it's going to be 1.7, 1.8 billion. I would love to surprise Mrs. Wu on Christmas Day that, hey, honey, we won the lottery. I don't think we have to work anymore. Wouldn't that be something? Then Mrs. Wu would really, really, really appreciate me if I won the lottery. I want to win the lottery. Jack better not get distracted by her. Yeah, I hear that. You know, didn't Mickey tell Rocky that women weakens the knees or something like that? Liter. Yeah, liters and gallons. Like when you go to Canada, it's like, oh, all right, gas is cheap. No, it's liters. It's one big scam. Hate the metric system. Makes no sense. Get on the imperial. Anyway, I've been going on and on and on. How about you? Let's look at Instagram Live. See if anybody's airing out their grievances. Instagram Live. They're probably not up yet. But feet of strength. I'd like to wrestle Tom Fitzgerald for his job. I like to make some trades. I wouldn't be a player's GM. I'd be like Lou. Anyway. All right, well, that's all for now. We got Game Day Live and Devils After Dark after the game. Dropping the podcast in about 10, 20 minutes on this happy Devils Festivus Tuesday. Oh, boy. Still some more comments. But thank you for making me part of your day as Christmas is approaching. It's also Taco Tuesday as well. I might be going out to Taco Tuesday a little bit later. I'll let you know how that works out. But again, thank you for all those tuning in, dropping the podcast in about 10, 20 minutes. As the Morning Woo continues. 80 straight episodes. 80 straight episodes. Anyway. All right. Thank you. for all those tuning in. The ceremonial sip. The ceremonial sip to you, the Devils fans. They're airing out their grievances on this beautiful Happy Devils Festivus Tuesday. Finally got the date right. I got the poll right here. I drink to that. All right, getting out of here. Till next time, let's go Devils.
Oh, morning.